Good morning. How are you? Good morning. Hola, buenos dias, bonjour. Um, how's everyone doing? Hope everyone's well. I just wanted to say thanks again for all the love, all the support, just all the encouragement. So many cool comments, so many cool likes. This thing's too cool to me. Like it's too cool, really. I'm really appreciative of it. I'm really grateful for everything that's being built. You know, I mean, I think the coolest thing about this is I'm just a real individual, just someone who's like just a person, man, just a human, that went through some things, and I'm sharing about them. I didn't, don't have no, you know, no kind of background that everyone knows me. We can all just be on the same level, which I really, really appreciate. And the coolest thing is like when people message me and say, man, like I learned something today. Or, you're teaching me things or whatever. Like, I'm just sharing, which is really, really cool that people are taking things from it. Um, I said something in one of my videos, I don't know, maybe it was last week or something like that. I said, in an offhand comment, I was like, I don't have hope. Hope is bullshit. And I've been thinking about it. It stuck with me, that comment, even though it was just so quick, random, you know what I mean? But it certainly stuck with me because I understand that a lot of people don't have anything but hope. So I needed to address it. And I certainly think about the things I say. I try to think about them before I say them. And I did actually in that moment. But something that I didn't think of was explaining about it, why I said it. And I want to explain that. No one said anything to me about it. My girl's the only one who caught it as well. Maybe other people did. I'm not too sure. But I certainly own the things I say, and I just wanted to address it and have that conversation because in my life, on my journey, 20 years, drug addict, prison, East Side life, a lot of things that didn't work out well for me. I lost my children, for sure. Um, I guess you could say throughout that time, I was thinking about it. I always hoped for something different. I always hoped, you know. Um, sure, I can admit that in the moment, but it wasn't until I made a change until something actually happened. So hope to me is sort of a 50-50, you know? Well, I hope it works this way, but it might not, you know? So with me, when I was hoping for things, well, it was always a 50-50 as to which way it would go. Now, when something went right, could I acknowledge hope? Sure. I mean, I grabbed onto it. Thank God, thank God I had hope. It worked, you know? But these days, a lot of people say to me, "Don't you hope you're going to see your kids one day? Don't you hope that they're going to come home?" I don't, actually. I don't hope they're going to come home. I don't have hope for that because I know they're going to come home. I know that. And that's what I hold in my mind. Thoughts are everything. Thoughts become real things. That is an absolute. What you think, you manifest. Whether you want to look at that however that transpires, like you're hearing my voice and picking up what I'm saying, however you process that in your brain, it is a reality. We're just not taught about it. And I think we should be. And certainly don't teach you that in the education system. But we have wonderful tools today, like the internet, where you can learn so much. But the best way to learn it is to practice it, to try it. I mean, if all you have is hope, then why not change the way you think? I mean, it's one and the same. Hope is just a thought. So if you hope for something to be 50% positive or 50% negative, why not just make it an absolute? Such as myself, I hope my kids could come back one day. Well, then they might. But I know they're going to come back one day, so they will. It's just not my time. And the reason I don't have hope is because I have understanding. I have understanding in a design. I have understanding in something much greater than myself. I believe purpose and I believe in many things before that I didn't think I could even wrap my head around. But after coming through the other side of living in the dark for 20 years and stepping into the light, I was given a gift. And with that, I was given some awareness. I gained awareness. And with awareness come perspective. So with that, I also understood a lot. So I just wanted to share that bit of my experience, because there's a lot of things that I could have hoped for in my life, but it wasn't until I made a change and I changed my thought process that things actually worked out and what I manifested became real. When I didn't hope for a change no more. I made one. And we can look at this in many ways. Like my grandmother, she's 87 years old, right? You'd think the only thing that this woman has, and my grandma's a G. I love my grandma. She's so cool. She's 87. She lives on her own. She's wonderful human. She's a Christian woman. She's Lutheran or whatever. She believes in the power of God. I guess it really compels her in a sense that it gives her maybe what she needs in life. But for the longest time, she had hoped for me to be better. But she actually took me in when I had no one and I had nothing. My 87-year-old grandmother. Well, it was a mess. I was a bit of a mess. But rather than hoping for me, she tried. She stepped up. She tried to make a change for me. She actually came and got me out of prison, too. My grandma. She's a real grandma. Like old school slacks, bakes all the time with cat hair in the baking, which I love you, Grandma. She knows I love it. It's all good. She's a cat lady for sure, real grandma. Old school, just old school, proper. Which is cool and really great because, when my little old grandma come to the friggin' courthouse, my dad drove 5 hours to pick her up and bring her, which he's a legend as well, because he wasn't just hoping for me to be better. He came and he wanted me to be better. He did things to help me change. And it was a wonderful thing. And I didn't in the moment appreciate it, but I certainly witnessed it, and I held that in my subconscious. And I once I was able to process things, I was able to look at it for what it really was. They weren't really hoping the whole time. They were trying, they were helping, they were trying to make a change for me as well. But it wasn't until I could make a change for myself did all their dreams come true as well. So hope is an interesting thing. It is. I just would encourage more so the change of a thought process. And I just wanted to share that because I know that there's a lot of things going on in the world, and there's a lot of things that are out of our control. But something that we are totally in control of is how we think. And manifestation is a real thing. However small or big you want that to be, whatever's important to you, just put it on your mind and change the way you think. And try it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what happens for you, because I'm curious. I really am. I know when I changed, and I changed the subject of hope to actualities, my life changed and continues to change. I started a company here recently with my girl. I don't hope for that to be great. I don't hope for it to be great at all. I know it's going to be great because I put work in. There's many variables, of course, but I just live a positive lifestyle. And the power of positivity is a real thing. It's an absolute real thing. And there's things that are out of our control, but instead of hoping something, just think of the change that you want, and put that in your heart. Love can change everything, and it works in relation with your thoughts. I believe that it all centralizes from your heart. I don't think the brain is the running organism in this body. I believe it's the heart. And scientists have done studies to see that the heart actually has its own central system that works as a brain as well. Check that study out. It's actually really interesting because I did a video before about gut feelings. Intuition isn't from the gut; it's from the heart. And when that first feeling that you have, generally we always say a gut instinct, but I don't think so. I think it's from the heart because your heart's always trying to show you the way. It's the mind that clouds everything. It just gets mixed up. Like having hope and things like this. If we just learn to retrain ourselves to think in what we want can become real, it happens. And I think a collective consciousness is much, much more powerful. Then you remove hope from everything. You can heal things. You can change things quickly. It's just very real. There's a shift going on, and the shift isn't unique to individuals. It's for everyone. I think there's certain individuals that are supposed to share so that we can all have this collective consciousness and we can apply it and we can experience it together and learn and see what was going, teach us things that happened 5,000 years ago. I mean, I don't care what happened 2,000 years ago, really. I want to know what happened 10,000 years ago. How come those guys that built the pyramid had all that mathematical knowledge at a time when we supposedly the wheel wasn't even, discovered? You know what I mean? It's like, come on. Like, there's so much more going on that we're not being taught that, to me, I just think like this idea of perpetuating money in the education system and looking outwardly in everything we do is just got to stop, because, I mean, the people from way back when, certainly there was a hierarchy. I assume that's just a human thing. I'm not too sure why that transpires. Probably because back then the hierarchy was derived around knowledge. And I would urge you to also remember what we were taught very young. Knowledge is power. It doesn't have to come from universities. It doesn't have to come from other people's experiences. You can go down a rabbit hole through other people's experiences, but experience it yourself. Try things. Try things. That's how you're going to get the best lessons, is trying things. I mean, I tried the wrong things for 20 years, but they weren't so wrong, because the psychology and the thought patterns that I learned while I was on that journey taught me so much. Subconsciously, I was just retaining it all, and it's quite incredible. Like, now that it's, the lesson's been learned, I've been alleviated from that sort of distortion of thinking, because now it's an actuality. I know what I learned. Like, I know it's brilliant. It's quite incredible, and that can be applied on everyday levels. Seriously, like, it really can. So if you're hoping for a new job or hoping for a promotion, just bust your ass, do things to get noticed. Try new things, and tell yourself, I'm getting that promotion. And it'll give you energy, and it'll give you fuel, for what you need. It'll boost something in your heart. And then it'll stop clouding your mind with all this fear, anxiety, and stress. Because that kind of stuff's going to kill you. Fear, anxiety, and stress is the killer of the individual. Never mind these outer things, like whatever kind of diseases and crap like that. It's what's up here that really melts everything inside. So I just wanted to share that, because it's another beautiful sunny day in Vancouver, and I think about things, and I care about people. I love people. I truly do. I value just people. I value human connection. I'm having a human experience, and so is everyone else. And I think this idea of what this life is just somebody else's. Maybe I'm not putting anything in anyone else's mind, but certainly for me, from my perspective, I listen to people, and I think there's something to be said about living a life of peace and prosperity within whatever you're doing. Absolutely, I can appreciate that. I live in the same reality as everybody else. You go to work every day doing something you don't want to do, but you do it peacefully and you do it prosperly, like, that's wonderful. There's something to be said about that, absolutely, because that's you walking a line, where you're not letting negativity affect you. And I can really appreciate that, because there's a lot of people doing things they don't want to do, but they do it with a smile on their face. And to all you people, the Starbucks employees that are getting paid nothing, the frickin' I shouldn't even said that name, because that company's gross. They don't even recycle cups. It's like, what are you doing, man? But like gas station attendants, grocery stores, the new oil. Y'all be looking at food prices these days? Talk to me about food prices. When the hell did that go up for, like, crappy fruit that's hard, man? Like, it's like, I can remember when I was a kid, my grandmother bought cantaloupes all the time. They were huge and nice. They were nice. Now it's hard and gross. And they want $6 for it, $7 for it. It's like, what you mean? Why is the only place I can get freaking grocery superstore? What happened to all them little local shops? That bought locally and sold me good things. So I don't mind paying a little more for that. That's cool. But now we've got these huge entities, grocery stores, the new oil. It really is. And they're taxing us for it. Food? And rich people get a better place to go buy better food, Whole Foods? Give me a break, man. What, because you spend $10 on a cantaloupe because we bust our ass to make your bank account bigger? We don't get to eat good food? What is that about? I'm going off here a little bit, but it's planting seeds, right? Because I live in the same reality as everybody else. We get taxed heavily for everything we do, and it slows us down. It slows us down in our mind, and it slows us down in our body, and that affects our heart. And if that anything that affects the human heart, I'm looking at, because that affects me, because I actually care about humans, and I want everyone to live their best life, and that means something to me. That really does. And I know it means a lot to other people as well. It's just the conversations that aren't being had these days, but let's have them. If you think this video can help someone or there's something to learn from this, please share it. My YouTube channel is called Real Talk for an Unreal World. Please check it. Like, this is the kind of things that I'm down for talking about. And I have like 50 more, I have like 100 ideas in my head right now. I want to do a video every hour, but I just try and, slow, just take it in. Take things in. I think that's one of the first things we can start doing is being aware of that. Like, the attention span's gone. So I really appreciate anyone who's watching this. I really appreciate all the love, all the support. Like, and it means so much to me. Like, comment, tell me where you're from. I don't really care about likes, but like, whatever. I want to know where you're from, and I'll message. I'm very interactive. Like, that really means so much to me. Tell me your story. Tell me what's up. I really care. I really care. I want to build something really great. I want to build something really cool. And if you share it or have shared it, I freaking love you. And if you haven't, I love you anyways. I don't care. As long as you're taking something from it, it's all that matters to me. Enjoy your day. Have a wonderful day. I think it's Wednesday. I'm not too sure. But just enjoy that. Step out with a smile. It can change your life. For real.